beautiful day for filming. #rain. Today with another book haul. Today I'm going to be showing you some lovely books that I have been given and sent, and I am so excited, so very excited. I'm not in my normal location because for some reason the window that I'm standing by now is the only window in the house that it isn't raining outside of. I don't know, I'm in some sort of apocalypse I believe, but all the other rooms in my house are really dark, and this one I'm getting away with it for now. So I'm just going to start going through these books because otherwise I've got a feeling that the rain clouds might come and, you know, apocalypse. The first book that I'm going to talk about today is this one. Ta-da! This is Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland, and I went to a preview party and met Louise Pentland, which was very exciting, which is where we all were given a copy of this book to read, and I am so excited. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to read this book. Now I'm not going to lie, I already have started reading this book and I'm halfway through it and I'm really loving it. It's about a character called Robin Wilde, and she's a single mum and she's raising a daughter, and she's played with a lot of the sort of common questions that single mums and mums in general are played with these days. So she's got sort of insecurities about, is she a good enough mum, and fitting in with the mums at the school ground and all sorts of things like that. And as a mum myself, and as a mum who moved to a new area and had to start trying to fit in with people by pretty much forcing myself on people, I get the struggle. I understand the struggle of this, and I really like what Louise has done here. I don't want to give too much away because obviously, you know, spoilers and that, but this is brilliant, and it is women's fiction, and as I've said before, I'm trying to get back more into my women's fiction after a sort of a crime spree. Not my crime spree, I haven't been on a crime spree. Crime spree as in I've been reading a lot of crime books. Yeah, I haven't just admitted to a crime spree on my channel, or have I? I don't know what's the matter with me today. I'm feeling rather giddy, very giddy. I don't know if it's the heat or something to do with that apocalypse I mentioned earlier, but I do apologise. I am feeling rather excitable, but yeah, I'm loving this book, and I will bring a more detailed review to you once I finish reading it. But Wild Like Me, Louise Pentland, which is coming out at the end of the month. Can't recommend it enough. So the next book that I've got to talk about is this one. It's called An Almond for a Parrot by Ray Delaney. Now, just take a moment to just, wow, look at that cover. How beautiful is that? So pretty. This is coming out on the 13th of July, and it sounds like such an interesting story, which I can't wait to read. So it's about a girl called Tully Trugood, and she's grown up in 18th century London, and she's grown up from a life of neglect. I'm guessing she's come from sort of the slums, and then she's ended up working in a high-class brothel and is now waiting on trial for murder, and she's expected to hang. So what she's got to do is trade her life story and hope that it gets her off, basically, from what I'm gathering from this. So this sounds really interesting. I love historical novels. I like things with a little bit of scandal, and yeah, this sounds absolutely brilliant, and that cover is absolutely to die for. It is so pretty. So I can't wait to read that, and I'll obviously let you know what I think of it, obviously. The next book that I've got is this one, The Killing Grounds, and this is by Jack Ford. This is about a man who is ex-US Navy and he's turned investigators. He's had a bad time, he's had an accident at sea and a run-in with some Somali pirates, and he's been left with PTSD. And then he and his colleague Maddie end up returning back to the Congo to look for a missing plane, but what they find is actually way more dangerous than they found out. This is an action thriller, and I'm really interested to know. I think this is the beginning of a series, so I am really intrigued to read this. I haven't read many action thrillers. I've read a lot of thrillers, but not one that has been an action thriller, and I don't think I've read anything along this sort of premise before, so I'm quite excited to give this one a go. The next book that I've been sent is this one. This is Riptide Summer, and this is by Lisa Freeman. This is the follow-up from Honey Girl, which I hauled in, I believe it was my last book haul. I've not actually read it yet, so I'm not going to read too much about what this one is about because I don't want to spoil it for myself. I do know that it continues along the storyline of Nani and how she's getting on, and she seems to have gained some sort of status within a new Californian friendship group. But as usual, it's not all plain sailing, and there is a secret that's going to tear everything apart. But that's all I know for now because I don't want to read it and I don't want to spoil myself. But yeah, that's Riptide Summer by Lisa Freeman. The last book that I've got here is this one. This is The Women of the Castle by Jessica Shattuck. Now, this sounds like such an interesting book, and I'm going to be getting to this one sooner rather than later. I can't wait to get into it. It's a very interesting story about 3 women whose lives have been torn apart by World War II. And normally when you read anything about World War II, it tends to be from the Allied side, but this is about 3 women from the German side. So it centres around a woman called Marion, whose husband was a resistor, and so Marion had made a promise to the fellow resistors that she would find and protect their wives, and that is what she's planning on doing. So she starts hunting down the wives of her husband's co-conspirators, and they all have their own stories, they all have their own crosses to bear. So she rescues one of the wives from sex slavery, and she rescues another one from work camp, and they form a bond. And when they're all there, they're going to start discovering each other's secrets and see if they can stay together or if it tears them apart. So I can't wait to read this one. It sounds so interesting, and I've seen a little bit about it online already, and I'm really excited by this one. So I expect this one to be in a wrap-up very soon. Yes, that's The Women of the Castle. So that's all of the books that I've got to talk about today. If you've read any of them, or if you plan on reading any of them, let me know. As always, don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video if you fancy it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.